So today we're going to take a look at an area where civilization starts over. We're now on episode 35 of the series, and in the last episode we saw the Beijing Civil War, which saw Beijing get split into three little pieces: a monarchist half, a communist half, and a fascist half. What else would it have been? Oh, and by the way, if I sound different and there's a bit of echo, it's because this is like my makeshift setup, because I'm at my dad's place. So if I sound different or this recording turns sound a bit different, that's why. And there are all other events happening in wrong way, like this, like anti-Baikal country getting split up. And I'm too lazy to just us talk about everything else. So yeah, let's just get started. Now over here in Central America, we have this Honduras country, and I like the color and shape of this country. It's very nice, but this country wants to give itself an upgrade. Like they feel as if they should be the ones to unite all of Central America, of the former Scottish colony. So, what are they going to do? Well, they're going to invade this neighboring country. What else would it have been? Let's be honest. Now, this country, it's very weak, and aren't many countries that would come to save them. But something that will help out this country tremendously is that Honduras is like, it's not enough that we invade this country. We might as well just go ahead and invade other Nicaragua, I'll call this West Nicaragua and East Nicaragua. That it sounded like I said the N word there. I did not say it. So yeah, Honduras pushes its troops into Nicaragua, and a certain country to the north of them called Mexico is not a big fan of Honduras' expansionism, and Mexico, frankly, does not want some filthy communist scum invading countries around them, because Mexico is kind of like the protector of North America. So, seeing this also why here's proof that Honduras is communist. All of this country is anarchist, and that won't matter too much for this war, because yeah, Mexico is not gonna let Honduras get away with this at all. So, Mexican troops have now entered into Honduras. Now, weirdly enough, Mexico is not going to focus on the capital of Honduras. They are just going to focus on these two major cities is on the coast of El Salvador. And when Mexico entered the war, Honduras starts panicking, and because of this panicking, and lots of logistical failures occurred, which caused West Nicaragua to push back the Honduras all the way to the border, and it's even the Western Nicaraguans are pushing back Honduras. And when a weak nation to your south are now pushing you back and stuff, and now getting awfully close to the capital, that's when you know you're cooked. Which is why Honduras is going to be surrendering to the outside invaders. Now let's take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, we see the Mexican country takes one province away from Honduras. This tiny little pink country doubles its size. The Islam country takes like one province over here. And Honduras is split and had to form the the Republic of El Salvador. This is what the new ideology layer looks like, by the way. And in the terms and conditions of the peace treaty, both Honduras and the new El Salvadoran country are forcibly integrated into the North American Economical Pact. That's a mouthful. But yeah, that'll be it for that. Quick side note, I hate that Persia just has this big old chunk out of this area. Like it just looks so ugly compared to the rest of the country, so I just wanted to mention that real quick. Now, there's something quick that I want to mention here. In the peace treaty of World War One, it said that these three can't unite again from or the French Union. It never said anything about making a new union without these three. So that's something you might want to keep in mind for the future. Now, the Turkish Union is seeing India's pattern are like, oh, we should have one of those too. So, as you can probably tell by what I'm getting at over here, the Turkish Union is gonna form their own economical pact. And that's the wrong color. So, let me fix that real quick. There, now it's the correct color. And now some countries are going to join the Turkish Union's economical pact. The first country to join is New Zealand. Interestingly enough, this southern Russian team, this orange team, interestingly enough, this Yemeni team, why I have to say that? Balticia, yes, I'm calling this country Balticia because Baltic Sea and an IA at the end of it makes Balticia. It's a stupid name, but it works. Baikalia joins this economical pact as well, and you can barely see the color, so that's a problem you guys will have to deal with. Did I just say you guys? You guys will. My English is not Englishing today. And that will be all the countries that joined the Turkish Union's economical pact for now. And we might see this economical pact come into play earlier on in the series. Maybe. Now, over here in Europe, we have this tiny little gold country that has been bullied a whole lot throughout the interwar era. And this country hasn't been treated very well by its neighbors. And that is going to show now when Persia says, hey, move or else we'll move you. Now, what does that mean? Join us or don't, and we'll invade you. And these guys hate Prussia. So, obviously, although they know that's a bad idea, they're going to say no. And Prussia's like, you made a bad move. So, Prussian troops are going to march into this gold country that I should have a name of. This country's like in the western parts of Ukraine. Can somebody like in the comments just like write down like what the name of the western part of Ukraine, like what it's called, so I know in the future. Okay, thanks. And right when Prussia is at the doorstep of the capital of this tiny little gold country, Crimea is going to join the war because of course he would. Why wouldn't they join the war? And they capture the capital of of the tiny little gold country, and they split up the country. Now, begrudgingly, Russia has to work with the Six-Star member. So they're gonna divide up this land. Now let's see how we're gonna get divided. And in this peace tree, we see like a 49 to 51 type split with this country. That's Crimea getting a little bit more than Prussia, but I would say that Prussia got the more valuable land. So Prussia gets this, Crimea gets that. And I'm just realizing right now that that's going to be an atrocious border. So that might hint us to what might happen soon. Now, next up, we come over here to Ireland. Ireland, they've been a pretty peaceful country. They haven't fought any wars since the war that happened, like when Scotland and Wales invaded them. That was like a really long time ago. That was like episode 5-ish, I think. But yeah, that was like the only war that they've ever been in. And I would say Ireland is very much like Hibernia from Aes Wixa, because now Ireland is adapting articles of decolonization and in their American colony, as they don't find a use for it anymore, and they don't want to deal with the calls for independence over here. Since that thought is growing very popular over here. So now we'll see Ireland fully let go of their colony. They'll still keep their one in Australia and in South Africa, but this one they're gonna let go. So now let's see how this thing is gonna get divvied up. By the way, can I go off topic to say that I absolutely hate the shape of this country? Like, why did half me have to make their borders look like that? It looks so awful. But I guess now me is gonna have to deal with it. But I hate this country. The first territory let go is this large Canadian territory over here. This is gonna be by far the largest of the Irish let goes. So yeah, now it's down to the next one. Next up is this gold Ontarian country. I wonder where I got the color. Aha. Then we see this Wisconsin country and a Michigan country over here. So that's good. Now, the rest of this territory, I think I can just release them as one country. Yeah. I'm gonna make them pink. Because why not? I think pink fits this area well. Oh, too well. But future me will have to deal with it. He doesn't like it. Because currently, I like it. So future me will have to deal with this. And if you don't like it, you can yell at future me. Because currently, why would you do that? Like, there's no point. So yeah, yell at future me. Because current me is popping. And I'm vibing with this country. So yeah, that's it for Irish decolonization. I'll do the ideology, capitalism, provinces later. Now, it is the time for the Daily Madagascar Pie. Now, to put it simply, the leader of this country insulted the leader of this country, and then this country came to defend this country. I mean that country, and they made a pretty rude remark about this country, and frankly, he didn't like that. So now, the leader of this country burned down a village in this country, and the dark blue country is having none of that. So they did that, and yeah, that country stood no chance. I think this is like one of the strongest Madagascar countries, maybe behind this one and this one, but I could make the argument that this one is the strongest. So yeah, it's pretty the details. Full annexation. I mean, what did you really expect from these daily Madagascar updates? I did some pretty complicated ones in the last episode, so I had to do a simple one for today because my brain does not have the capacity to keep doing complex ones. But yeah, that'll be it for this Thursday's episode of What If Civilization Started Over. Please leave a like and subscribe, smash the notification bell, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.